never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah, nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you get by. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. Please don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.
We have a very disturbing story about the death of a young American woman in Mexico. In the search for answers from the people she was traveling with, people she says or thought were her friends. Shanquella Robinson died last month at a resort near Cabo San Lucas. Now, Mexican prosecutors are trying to get an unnamed American woman extradited to Mexico to face the charges. They say that Robinson was killed in a, quote, direct attack, not an accident. Lilia Luciano was following this investigation. Lilia, good morning. The story is so disturbing on so many levels.
It really is. Good morning to you all. Well, Shanquella Robinson traveled with 6 friends to Mexico. Some of those friends initially told Robinson's parents that she died of alcohol poisoning, but her death certificate later listed her cause of death as a spinal cord and neck injury. Robinson's father told us if it weren't for the disturbing videos that emerged, including one where she's being brutally attacked, he fears justice would have never been served.
She was just a very, outgoing person. I mean, she loved people, just loved the friends that she was around.
Shanquella Robinson's father says his daughter's friends are to blame for the 25-year-old's death at a resort in Mexico in late October. Days after her death, a video too disturbing to show went viral, showing a woman beating Robinson, who was naked and not fighting back, while other friends watched and filmed nearby.
My daughter, she suffered, man. The last breath she took, she suffered. And they sit there and watch.
A local police report shows friends called for medical help just after 2 p.m., saying Robinson had, quote, drunk a lot of alcohol. When the doctor arrived and suggested she be taken to a hospital, she told police Robinson's friends refused and insisted on keeping her at the resort. Mr. Robinson says her friends called Shanquella's mother that night to say she was being treated for alcohol poisoning. An autopsy report released days later states Robinson died of a severe spinal cord injury and neck trauma at around 3 p.m. After her death, all 6 friends returned to the United States. Mexican authorities are now seeking the extradition of a single female suspect. John Jay College law professor Dmitry Shaknovich says the process now lies in the hands of the U.S. justice system.
They will engage in their own due process to see if this person that is alleged to have committed a crime should be extradited.
What do you want to see happen?
I want the truth, man. I just want them to get back over there and tell the Mexican authorities why they did what they did. I can't even be a grandfather. I can't even walk her down the aisle, man. The only thing I can do is cherish the moment that we had, the 25 years while she was here on this earth.
His only child. Robinson's death is being investigated by Mexican authorities as a femicide or the killing of a woman because of her gender. The FBI has said that they have opened an investigation into the death as well. And at this hour, it remains unclear whether those who witnessed the fight may also be in legal jeopardy.
Greetings, you all. How are you doing? Thank you all for coming out. Today is it's the 2-year anniversary of Shanquella Robinson when she was deleted. She was deleted when she went on a vacation with some alleged friends. And we all saw that viral video of Dejanay putting her hands on her. Well, I want to go back and listen to some readings. This particular reading was 1 year ago, November the 17th of 2 years ago, November the 17th of 2024.
And thank God, resting today, and I was spending time with hey Nix, hey everybody. Put my Cash App in here, hit my Cash App, make it clap, make it wobbly and wiggle down, goddamn it, with no cap. I was so thankful I got a lady today. She said, I want to donate to you. I've never donated. This will be my first time donating. In this goes to prison and spend the rest of their living life in prison for what they did to that girl. You very I'm not gonna stay on this too long. This is my first time looking at this. I've been watching this story. It's absolutely disgusting to me. It makes me sick on my stomach. I hope everybody in this goes to prison and spend the rest of their living life in prison for what they did to that girl. Took her to all of these supposed to be friends, took her to Mexico, beat her to death, killed her. And now the video, they actually filmed their handiwork. The video is viral. The news has made it viral. The people have made it viral. It's outrage. I'm outraged. I'm pissed. I cannot believe they did that girl like that. Only 25 years old, a braider, very successful, had her own business. And I was talking to her this morning. She's very upset about what happened to her. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to look at this further and come back, because it's a little bit confusing to me, because I haven't spent any time on it. I just looked at it when she came in here, and I heard, and I felt like the past couple of days, I knew I had a lot of company in here. I didn't know who all they were. I felt something. Every time I go downstairs, it felt very cold. I knew Nipsey was here. I know his grandma was here. I know they were speaking. I know she brought relatives in here. But I knew there were people here I did not know. I weren't sure were the relatives, and I heard noises and clicking sounds. That would make sense, because are you sure she was pregnant, Maisha? Because I saw somebody was a mother, or somebody was pregnant, getting ready to become a mother. And that's what made me wonder. I was going to ask y'all to find out, was any of the women in there pregnant or already were mothers and had children? Let me know. Were there any other women in there that already have children or that were pregnant that we might not know about? It's probably going to come out. Or was it her? Because she was considered one of the ones that was sexy, very attractive. And see, this is what's getting to me, that I'm not quite understanding, because it's new to me. I see gang violence here. There was a gang leader over this, the man that was over this. And I wondered, did she have a boyfriend? Was she living with a boyfriend who was asking about her, or acting like, I don't know, he was trying to find her, wonder what happened to her? I wondered, did she live with anyone? Because I see a boyfriend, but at the same time, I looked at the picture and I seen, if it's not the boyfriend that did this or has something to do with this, there's another man that is obsessed, or maybe both of them could be attached to her and very obsessed with her. The one that did the killing, I'm saying, that set it up, is male. This is not a female that set this up. I saw 3 females celebrating this. The three females were involved in it, but they are not the leaders. The ringleader is male. There's a male that was an old friend of hers, possibly a childhood friend. I knew her when she was very young. This is tied to this friend. That's a childhood friend, that they loved each other, but it also is tied to two camps fucking and 2 fights here. 2 to 3 fights here. Somebody in that whole group, they fucking each other. There's women's fucking women's fucking men's fucking men's, and men's fucking women's and men. Like, they have, some of these people in this group are bisexual, gay men. Somebody look like they're a man but trying to become a woman and taking meds here. That's why I don't want to go into this shit. That's why I don't like to go into shit. whenever I start to look at something and I see shit like this, I said, you know what? Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm seeing and I need to back away and leave this shit alone because this shit wild and motherfucker. They fucking, and it's a lot of hatred and rage and jealousy and competition. Somebody's pregnant here and somebody had an abortion and it looked like somebody else may be newer pregnant. Like somebody's further along. It's a new pregnancy. It's a pregnancy that was a little bit older, a few months older. And this created a lot of rage, competition, jealousy, and conflict to the point that they planned this and this nigga, because this group was fighting, and it was also about money. Some of these women, one of these men and women got paid to do that to that girl, to beat that girl and want to rise up, and also jealous and mad because she had money of her own and somebody wanted to take it. And I see it's this nigga. And it also makes me wonder, one of these niggas, somebody had an insurance policy on her. I wonder, one of these guys, or was she living with someone that had an insurance policy on her and acted like they so happy in love? But it was two men here. One of them set up the murder with the jealous women, the three main women, and it was a whole group of them. All of them fought and argued all of the time with jealousy, competition, trying to get money off somebody, take money, and arguing, fight, and fucking. It's a lot of gay and bisexual lovers in this thing. I wonder, this guy that set up the murder, was he obsessed with her because he wanted to be her and be a woman and wanted to hurt her, kill her because he could not be with her? And it's also said he wanted money from her, money and business. So I wonder, was he also a business partner? Was the guy, if she has a boyfriend that lived in the house with her, I don't know who she lived in the house with, but one of these is male. I wonder, were they involved in giving her money, making money with her, had an insurance policy on her, was obsessed with her, and was the other one also that was with her that seemed gay to me, or bisexual, because he's messing with a man in that group? And it makes me wonder. It also showed me two men beat her. Now, that's where it gets confusing to me, okay? Because more than one person beat her up. This wasn't even a fight. I'm not going to even call this a fight, because fight somebody, at least you try to get your licks in. This girl would not defend herself, would not fight. And so it was really with like an open assault, a brutal assault, where you basically beat someone to death. And it was so much intensity and rage. And I'm telling you, this is around pussy, dick, and money. Also, some of them are involved in gang activity, sexual obsession, and deviancy, having group sex and orgy sex, and drug addicts on drugs and drug sales. These three things together always make a volatile cocktail that a lot of times lead to extreme jealousy, competition, and somebody getting murdered. They took all their rage out on that girl, and then the others sat by and watched the shit, because a lot of them fucking each other. See, that's what and I'm wondering, okay, now this takes me to another thing. Because I don't know how much footage is out here. I'm sure I didn't see it all. Either that was a woman that took the wig off and was beating that girl, or that was a goddammit man in transition. Or that was a woman that you could tell was extremely enraged and jealous and doing this to impress the niggas. One of the niggas had the camera, and there was a man that also, two men. One rushed in and started the attack, and one rushed out. And then one was emotionally involved with her. What? So see, do you see why I said I don't want to touch this? Because this would take a lot of time for me to, because there's so many moving parts here. And I'm telling you, from what I'm seeing, this is competition. They had been fighting before they planned the trip and paid to get it, because they was fucking and fighting wherever they lived at, on the phone, on the text, in person, and then fucking, getting high, getting drunk. Some of these are gangbangers, and there's the leader over this that orchestrated the murder. So see, now I'm confused again, because I'm wondering, is this girl, was she involved? Was she a gang member? Was she involved with gang members, gangbangers, drug dealers, drug addicts, and sexual groups? Was she in a group sex relationship? Was she a one-on-one relationship? Do you see what I'm saying? Was she fucking someone in this group? Because this is about dick, pussy, pregnancy, drug, sexual addictions, and obsessions with her, and feeling like they're competing with her. Such rage, but also a man. A couple of, it's about 2-3 men. Let me see here. There are 2 older men here that's also involved, and she's telling me somebody that was there or an employee or something heard it, but don't want to get involved. The other people heard it and seen it. And when she came here this morning, she was screaming. She was crying. And I said, Lord, I can't do this morning, because then I'll cry when I'm doing the reading and she come in here naked. So that makes me wonder, did you take her clothes off because did she take them off? Y'all was fucking, or she was gonna fuck some nigga she was down there with, and she was cheating. I wonder, was she cheating? If she has a boyfriend, was she cheating on her boyfriend? Because it shows that they were involved in this kind of thing, but then it was casual. We just hook up, we get high, drunk, we friends. We're gonna keep this all in the family. And then this went another way, and it went too far because all these people didn't like her anyway. Some of these guys want to be her because I see some homosexuals here and some bisexuals. They sleeping with the same men's, and she might not have. She clearly didn't know it was that deep, because I'm sure she wasn't willing to go to her own death. But it looked like this girl had done something to her before and had fought her because she was too timid and too frightened to the point she just wanted them to love her and be her friend and leave her alone. And they wouldn't do that. So instead of her standing up for herself and learning how to fight, or any other women and men going that day, this was a sacrifice. And in the moon cards I showed, somebody did black magic and was getting readings on her. They had focused on this, took the time on this. They talked to each other because everybody knew. Everybody in the group at this time, I don't see beat her, but everybody in the group knew. And the ones that are not talking, it's not because all of them participated. It's because they don't want to tell on their friends and they don't want to be charged and implicated. But all of them need to spend the rest of their life in jail or get the death penalty the same way they did it to her. None of them should get away with this. That's so sick what they did to that baby. I was talking to somebody about how I call her BB. To me, a black Barbie. She looks just like a black Barbie doll. Gorgeous, looks just like a baby doll. It looks just like a doll to me. She looks like a Barbie with a tan. Her face, her features are beautiful. And I was like, that girl didn't bother nobody, but she clearly got involved with the wrong people she thought was her friends. And there was a sexual relationship somewhere with this. And I hope it comes out. And when she was talking to me and she was screaming. And I'm listening. And I said, what happened? And she said that what I just told you all, the guys, and she didn't see it. But although, thank you, but yet she did see it. Because they were fighting and she had issues with her boyfriend. That's what I'm saying. Did she live with a man? Because it was 2 men she was in between, and she liked another. And this young guy that was there really liked her. There was a guy on the trip that they had a little thing. He didn't do it. The other ones, these were 2 older ones. So I wonder, is there anybody older than her? Even if it's just about 6 months or a year, or they seem older and more mature, and one of them is a kingpin. He's the one that ordered this and sat back and watched it. They also sell drugs and is very violent and put hits out on people. He wanted her beat up and killed. This was somebody supposed to be a close friend to her, and he was lovers with one of the men's in there. Like I said, and the man that run his mouth and talked, he was fucking somebody else in there. And then they called themselves, When she was sitting, she came in here and started talking to me. She walked in here naked. And I said, baby, Quilla, talk to me. What happened, baby? What? Did you do something? She said, no. They didn't like me. I was trying to be their friend. That girl had done that to me before. The other girls had done it and let it happen to me before. So she clearly was just a baby that was a victim. I don't know what her childhood was like, but she wasn't, maybe it hadn't kicked in. She wasn't a fighter. She was just like an angelic being. in a lot of ways, a higher vibration being that didn't want to come here and start mess. She wasn't messy. That's not what this was about. This was about some men and women, pussy and dick stuff and money. Somebody want to take her money. Or I wonder, was anybody in there that also, or that man was in there invested in her business? Or was it the man at home invested in her business or worked with her? The guy that was there that I saw ordered, it was a man ordered this. The two women, I'm telling you from what I'm seeing, I'm willing to be wrong. They did not say, let's get her on a trip and do this, even though they did say it. What allowed them to say it and go over it that they looked up to was a nigga. A dirty ass nigga is the one that gave, this is what I want you to do for me. Very dangerous man, has done this before. Supposed to be some type of kingpin on the street and a gangbanger. This is, for some reason, this is what I'm seeing. I'm just wondering who are these two men. Either one living with her and it was a part of her business, or maybe gave her money to invest in the business, or that one she was on that trip was that supposed to be her longtime friend. Was he also in her shop, helping to run her business or invest in her business? Because this was also like a murder plot for hire. Threefold here. Also to benefit and want to get in her business and get her money. And they trapped her. They trapped her in here and overkilled her. This is what this is. Because that's what they wanted to do. And one of them had been drinking first, drinking and getting high. She knew she was going to kill that girl. If the girl didn't defend herself. And somebody in his two-faced it, they're talking right now, in that camp with them, and they're going to tell someone else, and they're getting paid. They got paid to help do this and set this shit up. And this girl is leaking all in the inside. She told me she couldn't think. She said she became brain dead, like went into a coma. Her insides were convulsing. Even if the outside wouldn't move, she couldn't really think and move. All she could do is lay there. She said she was paralyzed, almost paralyzed. And then she started standing here beside me vomiting. And I said, baby, why are you vomiting? She said, I vomited because I couldn't control my body. She said, I had brain damage. They hit me in the part of my head. She said, where she couldn't stand up, she couldn't walk and talk. And then her brain started to leak. She said her bones around the muscle parts inside were cracked and broken. They started to leak. It was leaking all inside of this girl's body. Internal bleeding. And she said it was hidden on her pussy and her stomach. So if you're kicked, you see that? It was the head, the face, which shows extreme rage and jealousy around this girl's beauty. And her money and the fact that people... Somebody was fucking her, that was fucking this girl, that beat her up, that looks like a straight alley cat. She shouldn't even hang with no bitches like this. Because those are the types that will do it to you, while the other ones watch. She did that in the face and the back of the head. That shows me jealousy. You're jealous of the girl's looks and her energy. She has a sweet angelic energy, but she wouldn't defend what God gave her. Hitting her the neck. And then it's parts we don't see. You're hitting her in the back. She said she said they stood on her chest. Stood in her stomach, stood on her chest. Turned up, kicked in the back, stood, walked on and jumped on and stomped her in the back. This makes me, somebody stood on this girl. And if I'm interpreting what she said, stood on her chest like to crack her bones, stood on her back to crack her back and was stomping and kicking her. And then she says, a man came in and he seems gay to me. Held her up and they were kicking her in the back, picking her up, slamming her. And then the woman was doing it. From what I'm trying to tell you, it looks like the little bit that I heard her say to me, they were double teaming and taking turns on her. It wasn't what she said, and somebody literally, she's showing me a person standing on her chest while she's laying on her back. And then they sit her up and move her around. A guy sits her up, kick her. And I'm just like, what the fuck? why would a man tell the lady to do that? Because they're all grown. And then he's holding her. She's got her arms up like by the elbows, lifting them up. And this lady's kicking her in the stomach and the pussy. And then the like chest, and then lay down just, in a rage, it just stands on her. Like trying to break all her fucking bones. And then go down and smash up all her soft organs when you broke the bones. And I'm just like, okay. Somebody goes for the vagina and your stomach, that's tied to sex and pregnancy. Or you're trying to terminate a pregnancy because you think this girl is pregnant. And whoever's pregnant by isn't raping you because you fucking them too. Or both of y'all, Lord have mercy. You see what I'm saying here? I could be getting all of this wrong. So that's why, the first time I started trying to look at this was this morning. And then as she was coming in here, this stuff, what she was saying, and I was starting to cry. And I'm like, I wanted to get on there white. I was really, really feeling her ear because she was crying and my whole body was cold and I was shaking and she was vomiting for me. And I said, I can't get on the phone like this because I'm going to break down like I did the other night trying to repeat what Granny was saying. And that's when she told me, she said, they're not telling you I threw up. And it looked like she might have threw up one time. She said, because I was having brain damage. And she said it was so much swelling on the brain that she was also going into a coma. She said, but I was alive. I was still alive. I could hear. And she said she started seizing because she's showing me that her fingers, they started to move, but it was like they were going back and forth real fast. And then a couple of them might move and then another one's not moving. They go in different directions. She said I was seizing on the inside of my brain. So my fingers were moving involuntarily, but I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. She said my eyes were closed. She said it was so much swelling on the brain that it was a thick layer of fluid starting to come up there from her spinal cord. She said the cracks in it and the central nervous system damage and her brain damage that she said I was still breathing after they did this. And she said it was knocking my head back. The way she was sitting there, was knocking her body backwards and down, like backwards, like lay back out and then get up, grabbing her, pulling her up, slamming her. And then a guy jumped in it. And then they started, what is this? Grabbing her like with your, you know how you get behind somebody in the wrestling move and you put them in a headlock and you put your hand backwards like that, like you choking them or trying to twist their neck, twisting and break their neck. But I'm hearing in her mind, I really wanted to string this bitch up, like leave this bitch lynched up from the ceiling. But she didn't have, or make it look like somebody hung themselves and have her dangling like that, broke her neck like that, but she didn't have it set up like that. And it's like, well, for some reason, her and these guys, a couple of girls, but I see three of them, three women's and three men's. But the ringleader watched it at the orchestrated, but it was two men's that orchestrated and watched it. But one is a more powerful gang leader and drug dealer than the other one, and people are scared of him and do what he say for money. They were watching this and cheering this on. And for some reason, they wanted to humiliate this girl. Men's and women wanted to beat her, like they took her clothes off, but she had a beautiful body, so you couldn't humiliate her like that. That was the reason, one of the main reasons for the anger and the rage. You want to humiliate, you want my man, bitch. You want to fuck my man. You want to fuck my woman, bitch. You think you pregnant, you finna have this baby by my man. You fucking my man, bitch. You doing this. Okay, now I'm gonna really let it out, bitch. I'm gonna let it on you because you can't go home. You can't call your motherfucking mammy. You can't drive nowhere, bitch. Remember this, remember that. Bam. And then this guy's like, yeah, bitch, And this gay guy, a couple of them was jealous of her too, because they fucking the same Oh, like some of them fucking the same niggas. They in a love triangle with this thing. I'm surprised they ain't got no STDs up in here. And babies, goddammit, or pregnancies. Because this is also about destroying her business and taking her money from her business. So when well, remember, these are not boys and girls. These are adults, honey. This lady's 25 years old. These are adults. These are not little kids. Even though they stupid like little kids, they act. That's kids. I went through shit like that in high school. I had to duck and dodge a lot of times. I know how she feels, and I was not a fighter. I did not want to fight, but I had to. One day, they almost killed me in the bathroom. So you either learn to, or you'll be just like her. Same kind of shit. So I can relate to her, and I'm like, damn, I wish you had a change at this point, because if you, I guess your mama didn't sense it, somebody around you didn't sense it, and you didn't sense it because you had no business fucking with them in your hometown, being friends, or traveling with they fucking ass nowhere. Because that girl, you could tell the person, if that was a woman that was hitting her and was strong, but this girl didn't know her strength because she didn't even try to get over her fear and fight and stand up for herself. She knew that girl wasn't gonna fight her, and that's why I don't consider it a fight. Because fights, thank you for your donations, baby, your love, thank you. That's not a fight to me. Where you know you're jealous of someone and the way they look, and that your nigga want to fuck them or have been fucking them, and you can't stop him from being attracted to her because her energy is so soft and sweet and pure like a little girl, but then her body and her face is beautiful like a woman. And you cannot change how you feel, so your rage is going to make you stronger. She started going to a fit. She was enjoying, it's like you could tell, like she held all this stuff in. And she let it all out. It's like she couldn't get enough. She wanted to destroy this girl. And that's not a fight to me. That's an open attack and a brutal assault on another human being. Your intent and where she was hitting her at, neck up, chest up, knocking her over. But I'm seeing what we did not see. She says she stood on my chest and started jumping. I mean, you know what? Ooh. That would break someone's back. You're laying on your back. You have nothing to shield you. You're naked. A person with all their strength and might jump up and jump into your stomach and jump into your chest or sit on your chest and then start jumping up, turn around and jump up the same way on your back. That would crack your back real easy. Unless you're a real big person and real fat or something. But even then, somebody keeps doing that. If they have enough weight, a small person wouldn't. But she's small. And even though the other lady is small, she was using all of her might and force and was raging and talking and doing this. She cracked. That's a way to crack the kicking and the jumping. That's what she told me. And she said in her eyes, you could see it. They hit her in the eyes, and when she was beating her, she said, it felt like her eyes popped or snapped or something. And when it snapped, because you know your eyes go directly to the optic nerve inside of the brain. And she said when something popped in her eye, her eye rolled back, and she said I was gone. She went into a coma, and that's when she was like laying back, and she wouldn't get up, bitch, get up. She wouldn't get up. She said I couldn't, and everything inside was leaking. So her brain was leaking, cerebral spinal fluid, her spine, the inside of it was cracked, and the cerebral spinal fluid was leaking out of there. The nose was, the nerve was damaged and compressed in between the bone, and she was bleeding. Internally, she said it hurt so bad. I was hurting so bad, but I could not describe the pain because I could not speak. I could not run away. I could not walk away. I could not move. I could not lift my hand up. I was dying. And she said, then some of the other peoples I just seen now, a light-skinned girl, two lighter-skinned girls, and a dark-skinned guy. What is going on? And what are you doing? It's like, motherfucker, you can see what the fuck they doing. What y'all doing? Ha ha ha. Then they over there, ha ha ha. I told you. It's like, fuck this bitch. fuck this about this bitch is dead. I told you I was gonna kill this bitch. And they're watching it. All of them didn't hit her, but they're watching it. And they won't even call the police. They won't even call 911. Well, what are y'all gonna do now? I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, but they already knew they weren't gonna say nothing. That's what she's saying. They were watching it. Somebody was sitting on a bed in there. And we got to, because it look like she ain't gonna make it. Let this fucking bitch die. Like spitting and talking shit. The one that did it with the one of the gay guys, he was breathing. They started moving her around. Then somebody, I guess they decided, some of the people like, what are we gonna do? We gotta call somebody because we can't go back home and leave her body here, and we can't pack her in the suitcase and put on the goddamn plane. They were afraid to go out and try to throw her somewhere because they figured she would have been eventually found out and connected to them. Some were going back and forth. What are we going to do? They're thinking they're trying to plot this. Somebody done got on their phone and called home. It's somebody that here that knowed about that shit before it came out to the mother and before it went to the news. And they're scared now. And then the feds, the FBI is investigating this. It should be police in their hometown as well as feds investigating, and they should take them to Mexico where they were and have those police get involved in it too. Whatever high officials, mayors, governors involved over there, and they took her there and probably thought they were going to get away with it because they took her there. And now this has become, because they have extradition. If you did something in Mexico, they can get you and bring you back to the U.S., but they're here. They're watching them because some of them are kind of wanting to leave their state, trying to go on a run. I don't think that's going to work. And then, because they won't be able to survive this, they won't get away for years. They're going to get them. And a couple of them think about suicide, trying to get their story straight, afraid to talk to the police because they cannot get the story straight. And they're nervous, very nervous. It's a gay guy. It's two gay guys. I'm sitting here trying to figure this out. The women, they're more reserved, but they're talking to, some of them are talking to their own attorneys because it's going to be some plea bargains here. And then they're going to end up implicating the men. Like I say, I don't know the whole story, so I don't know if she had a man at home or was she living with other people or family members or boyfriend, as well as this so-called guy is the best friend. Because I'm seeing two men over her involved that have money and power and position. Either one of them or both of them had something to gain, not just a jealousy and obsession with one, but the money and insurance with the other. Let me see. This is a three-way relationship too, because you got here with these two guys. They fucking each other. One of them is celebrating right now, but you have this man in a three-way relationship with another man. And see, that's why goddamn, some of the stuff I see be so fucking wild. And she's sitting here agreeing with it, but she wasn't participating with all of them, but she knew about some of it. But she didn't know, or I guess she didn't want to know, how much she was disliked around this and hated around this, and that they were going to do her in. Lord have mercy, I wish I knew that. Because thank you for your donations and love and support, everybody. If I had known her, I would have motherfucking told her my big damn, get your goddamn ass out of there, motherfucking come to Atlanta. Goddamn for a minute. Let me talk to your mama, whoever you know, to keep your motherfucking ass home. Don't take your ass down there, baby, because you're not going to come back. Even if she didn't listen to me, you know me, I would have told that motherfucker, man. And now she's over here and she's devastated. She's seeing it and she doesn't want to believe, but she knows that's what happened to her. It's another group of lovers. And this group, they get paid to fuck. One of them has a new love that was kind of trying to stand off and keep it quiet. See, there's about 2 or 3 groups in this group that's fucking. There's a couple of gay relationships in here. One of them going to be between men and women, like I say. One of them want to be a woman undercover taking pills, like taking hormone, and didn't like her, want to look like her and be her, and fucking the nigga that was close to her that ordered the hit that's supposed to be a friend. I'm seeing her friend, the guy. that excuse me, he's a ringleader, and the girls that you see followed him. You said Victoria, yes, one of the people's mama called the mom and told her it was alcohol poisoning. Oh boy, and that's not what it was. They said the spine was broken. I don't know why they would think and would believe alcohol. The mama didn't know. I think the mama didn't know at the time until after I said it was male and female that kicked on her. I have said that repeatedly in this reading. Did anybody hear me or understand what I was saying? Because somebody just asked, and I don't remember saying just one man stomped her. Did I say that? Or did I say more than one person stomped on her? Thank you, Layla. It was a white girl in there named Winter. Well, you know, we in winter now, so let's see if this bitch let this girl have the coldest winter. Or will she come forward and speak to the police about what she sees and knows? Because I don't believe all of them were in the room. They've seen the tape now, but they already knew she had it in for the girl. They didn't physically see it all. I don't see all the women physically saw it all. I don't see, it's a couple of guys. I don't know how many of them was there. All of them didn't do it. All of them didn't kick her and beat her. And all of them were not in the room when it happened. Those key ones, about 2 girls, 2, 3 guys, like the one holding the phone, I don't see all of them did it. But they all, of course, know. And they try not to be in it, and they don't want to talk. But I did say, Amina, and to the young lady that said that, I said I was confused. Because the one, I was very clear about it, and I'm not taking back what the fuck I said. I don't care how nobody feel about this shit. I said that one I saw hitting her. Either that was a woman or that was a man in transition with a wig on. Or somebody like that was there that was fucking on a nigga that either that liked her, the one they killed, and wanted to fuck her, or that had done it while they was there. Because I see that she had more than one lover. She has a main boyfriend, I'm saying, but she fucked around. Like something happened, or maybe she said, "Hey, you know what? That maybe they were experimenting, and this was a game going wrong." But it's a guy that was there, a young man. He liked her a lot, like right now in real time. He wanted to be with her, and she liked him. And these 3-way things have gone on here. So if that one was a real woman that beat her, it was another one nearby that's not. It's trying to look wanted to look exactly like her, but the hair is short and kind of nappy, like you can still tell it's a young man, and he's doing hormones. But the way he talks, so you all tell me if you see anybody from this from where they were over there, a man talking real feminine, high pitch, or throwing his hands around, slim or something, some short hair, that's who I'm talking about. Because I see some ones, and I see 2 or 3 guys and they're gay, but the ones that, I don't care about that part. I just care about them being so dirty, doing that girl like that and watching it. But they participate. They knew it was going to happen. The gay one knew it was going to happen. And the other guy supposed to be her friend, he set it up. He got money out of this. Some of them, that girl, they got paid for it and recognition for it. I believe this is some kind of organized criminal gang. And it makes me wonder why I started, because the Ace of Pentacles, money for him. I wonder, was he a business partner in her business? Or did he want to take her business? Was it money he gave her as well as wanting to run it for her or get more money out of it? It's what he did, and also what the girls are tied to power, recognition, jealousy, 3-way relationships, broken heart about somebody you consider someone yours that's not really yours because you liking them, but all y'all agreed to have open sex, and now you took this farther and you know he liked her more, so you want to do this to this girl. But it's also tied to females and money, and her money that she was making with her shop and investments, and her, if she has a boyfriend. This is two men here. 2 men of powerful positions here. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. And jealousy groups. It was 2 or 3 fights that went down here. They got group. They got to arguing, one trying to talk others down, outdo the other one, and then the bully came up. Well, I'll beat your ass. No, bitch, I'll beat your motherfucking ass. No, nigga, I'll beat your, then they get, honey, I'll beat all your ass, honey. Because real strong like a man, but looking and acting like a woman. So maybe that's what you heard me say, too. But I did see a man kick her that looked like a man. I saw a gay one. I saw 2 or 3 people. So that's why I'm wondering, what was that we saw started and then said, oh, and then snatched the wig off. Is that a boy, a young man, a young lady, or in between? He, she. That's what I said. But I still seen a man, a gay one, kicking and beating her, and I saw the girl, if that's a girl, standing on her. That's what I said. I said several things that could be, and I'm wondering what that is. And this is a nightmare for her because she cannot believe this happened to her. And I'm just wondering, why am I seeing the messiness and the 2 and 3 fights? So I wonder, did she jump on this girl and they helped and watched and held her down? I wonder, did she have any alcohol in her body? If you all know and saw the autopsy reports, was there any alcohol in her body? I'm wondering, because they was trying to make it like that, trying to hold her back and mouth open and pull it down in her mouth to make it look like that's how she died. I don't know how they thought anybody was going to buy that. I guess they thought because they were there, there's going to be no autopsy, no police, nothing happening in the U.S. But once they opened her up, they were going to see all those broken bones and all those bruises and contusions and the hemorrhaging in the brain and the swelling in the brain. Her boy, and her spinal cord, the brain stem, all that stuff was fucked up back there. And in the front of her head, her damaged her nose, the septum, like it might have been a little deviated, which is a nose bone. Kicked her in the throat. I mean, broke her neck, but it was broke, and she said she couldn't talk because of the damage to the front of the neck. Along with going in a corner and coma and seizing out, going backwards, where eyes went popped and went back in the back of the head, the left. She showed me the left eye. But sure, both could have been damaged, but she showed me the left popped and went slid all the way backwards. Y'all, you seen was some white tissue in that baby eye when she showed it to me at the time that happened. I said it kicked her. No amount of alcohol is going to cover it when you open her body up like that and open her head and her brain like that. The brain looked at lopsided to me from what I'm seeing because it was so swollen up and just fucked up. I mean, what they did to this girl. And she showed me her knee, her leg. The leg was damaged like the calf, the kneecap going down. I mean, goddamn, just tore this girl up. You can tell it was a lot of hatred, jealousy, and rage. Just watching a little bit, you can see, you tell that girl was so jealous of her and angry with her. And I'm telling you, this shit is about sex. This is sexual jealousy, deviancy, competition, and them fucking each other. And it was 2 or 3 different fights. This one, did they fight her one time, take a break, or they intervene? Then you jumped her again with the group watching, and they helped. It's like 2 or 3 times this thing went on down there. And the arguing, fussing, and fighting, they was down there fucking. There was 2 groups down there fucking. And a man fucking a man. That's what, I'm sorry. 2 men's fucking each other. There was also arguing and fucking a group. They was doing group 6, getting high and drunk. Man, this shit is so goddamn it messy. In the morning, goddamn it, and like the goddamn Gap band. Early in the morning, get your ass up, bitch. Get your motherfucking ass up, because I know y'all messy motherfucking ass up. Done goddamn it, got fucked all night. It sucked, did, goddamn it, got sucked. And like you want to. And waking up, goddamn it. Washing your mouth out. Or washing your throat out, bitch. Getting ready to goddamn it take that commute to work. Not work, goddamn it, wake. I got a lot of shit on my mind, goddammit, and I want to leave this alone. I said last night I was leaving this alone. I really don't want to get too deep because it's too heartbreaking. I deal with death every day. And a lot of times, I just need a break. I don't really want to deal with this shit. It's just too much. Every time I turn around, somebody is dying and they want me to look at it. Somebody in my personal life while I'm doing private readings that y'all don't know about. Somebody's dying. I had to deal with this the night before last. But somebody came to me in the music industry. And you know what? Fuck it. We're going into this. Somebody in the music industry I know that was an entertainer and died. And I knew they were dying. And I tried to tell their friend to get ready. And they didn't want to hear that. So I had to cuss them all the way out. Cuss them so hard till my mouth was crooked and I couldn't damn breathe. Cuss them so hard and I'm slobbing out of one side of my goddamn mouth and my tongue and my throat just dry. Where I done hollered at them so goddamn much I ain't have no damn air or water or spit or nothing in my damn mouth and throat. That's how hard I cussed they ass. I want to hear that shit. About a week or two ago and said, don't call me no more. I don't want to do no more reading. I'm tired of this bullshit. You just don't want to accept the fucking truth, or you don't want to accept my truth, goddammit. You don't want to accept that this drip or drown is cripping and dripping in this motherfucker, that you dropping it low, hitting that catch up, making it clap, and you better not have no cap in this bitch. He didn't want to accept the shit. I said, fine then. You don't want to accept me. I said the fuck I said, and I ain't motherfucking backing down. Then the night before last, oh my God, had me on the phone while the man is dying. Spirit leaving his body, and I said, hold on. I'm saying, can I say so? I said, why don't you call your mom? He said, no. I want to talk to you. I said, God damn, why you want to talk to me about this man and getting up out of his body? Y'all don't know, or you don't want to know. When I try to tell you these things that I go through, I try to be tired. I stayed with him after midnight talking because he wanted. I said, but I already told. He said, I know, but I just want to be on the phone with you. He passed, and I said, I kept telling him, call your mom. He got the phone and called me back. I said, I told you, call your mom, talk to your mom. Well, she busy. Everybody calling her from all over the place and want to talk to her. I said, that's your mama, though. Now, I want to talk to you, Alexis. I want to talk to you. So I'm sorry I cussed your goddamn it ass out. Now, I'm not sorry about what the fuck I said. I'm just sorry the way I said it, goddamn it, because I did not tell you. It's all right. Yeah, you did tell me. I said you didn't want to hear it, and I understand, baby. I understand you don't want to hear that you have to prepare to say goodbye to someone that you love and you will physically never see them again. And you have not grasped the concept of talking to them walking in the house and you're seeing them outside the body. They're still the real them. You don't want to accept that, you know. Let me tell you, because I don't want to deal with this with Quilla no more. Shanquella, I call her Quilla. It's too much. She was hollering. Didn't I tell y'all yesterday I seen a pale-faced bitch, a light-skinned bitch come in that room, and somebody said her name was Winter, and I said, I hope she don't serve Quilla the coldest winter, because we're in winter right now. I hope she don't serve it till I seen her watching, and I seen another light-skinned bitch, but I didn't see both of them hitting her. See, that's why I don't want to get into this no more. After the day, I don't want to keep looking at this, because it would take too much for me to sit and walk through this whole thing and break this whole thing down. I don't have time. I got too many other things going on. I'm still not finished with Nipsey's grandmother and what she has to say, and that comes first to me. I'm going to respect her and see what she has to say. I'm not going to deviate too long off of this, even though this situation is very much like Nipsey's, because his friend set him up, ambushed his ass, and shot and beat his ass just like they did Shanquella, just like they did that girl up there in Chicago in that hotel. Lured her up there, and there was a dark skin with the mirror shades on. You could see up there in that room that was up there partying and jumped that shit off and beat her, and she down there stumbling around high in the goddamn it freezer. See, then the folks worked there, went on and put that together like they always do and took her organ out of her damn body. See, these are all connected. Let me tell you about Quill. I'm gonna get to this, and I'm gonna tell you about your motherfucking ass bitches. I seen a video. They said that light skinned girl went a body slam Quilla. I said she didn't move no more. I didn't see both of them light skinned. I seen that one, the pale faced one, and somebody told me yesterday, y'all, somebody said in the chat they named Winter. And I said, I hope she don't serve her the coldest winter. Remember that. I just seen it. I seen a video, somebody was speaking and said that girl did that. You're that white girl, Winter. I don't know, she just real light skin. I had white. She came in now, and I seen them coming in now, and I told y'all that yesterday, but I didn't, and then it was 7. See, let me tell you something, bitches. And when I'm saying this to you, you know I mean this affectionately, because I ain't talking to all women. I'm just talking to the one, and then, you know, see, I was watching Selena yesterday, day before, because it was done to her like that. There was not just that lady involved that shot, it was a man involved in that. It was several people involved in that with Selena and Black Magic and Witchcraft. And that's what I'm seeing here. This is the most eeriest shit. I have never seen this shit in my life like this. Every time they hit her, and I'm telling you, if I don't, I have to look and see if it's in that autopsy report. I think someone just sent me a copy of the autopsy, and it might have just been one sheet on the top. So it's white and light skin, or was it 2 white women? And because I see her bleeding. She told me she was bleeding and inside her body. And I wonder, was her period on, or did she just have her period? Was she getting ready to have her period? Was she pregnant? I'm wondering, or has she been pregnant? See, these days are going on because of what she was. Okay. She was a biological woman, unless y'all can correct me. If she was not a biological woman. There is a demon put on her from the entertainment industry. There's somebody, and I said that to y'all yesterday, there's somebody she's dealing with that's in the entertainment industry, dealing with singing, rapping, art, dancing, modeling. This is a gay male that tried to pass himself off as a female with long hair. He wear long pieces and stuff. I want to do makeup and hair. And he's fucking one of them niggas that's close to Quilla. It's a whole prostitution, gay network for men that want to be women's and transsexual that want to be in between, pretty boys, where they still, they see some of them. And what I'm seeing, this guy's like that. He's been under Quilla some type of way, or her friend in entertainment, or she wanted to get in entertainment with her services, or she was already in entertainment, doing business with this gay man. See, some men are like pretty boys or pretty men, not naturally pretty men. That's not what I mean. We just got a good looking boy and just pretty, but straight. This kind of pretty man, I'm telling you, is in between both worlds, and is heavy into black magic and the occult, because this man had something to do with her death. Now, I want to warn you, because I know some of you all are going to get offended by what I'm getting ready to say. So I will say it with discretion, and then I'll go deeper into it on my website, where I can say what the fuck I want to say, because I don't mean any harm. And I have nothing against gay people and bisexual people, bulldaggers and none of that. It's not my thing to hate someone or be against them. I have some gay god children. Hell, I done walked on the other side and did some bulldogging my goddamn self. So who am I to judge somebody? That's not why I'm finna tell you what the fuck I'm finna tell you. I'm telling you because this is spiritual and this is a high vibration occult practice that your motherfucking ass don't know about. And that I did not know about. And I'm so glad now I did not get accepted and brought into those circles because I used to be in those circles. From entertainment to gay, straight, and I used to hang with gays all the time, gay men. I really did not care who was my friend. As long as you was a soul that was really my friend, I was just looking for friendships and connections because of such a drought and abuse in my life. No mother, no father. Being abused all the time. So many times you get caught in things and you look for excuse me, goddamn it, I got this hot pepper on my goddamn it throat. I told y'all I made the head that nigga jumping his ass up back and forth like a stallion, throwing his ass in that bathroom because he got hot in there, goddamn. My throat hot. I need my throat hot and relaxed and lubricated, goddamn it. That red pepper, that peppermint oil in my throat, goddamn, I rub and see it penetrate through my throat. It's hot. I put it on my back and my goddamn shoulder blades. Cause I needed it. You know, I needed it to relax my damn shoulder, let my head and shit, let my throat, so I could speak freely in my damn throat until it's cold out here. This guy that I'm talking about is like a pretty guy. They just sleep with men and they hang with women. They hang with women to steal and do black magic, jawhead rituals and honey jaw rituals and money jaw rituals and dick and pussy sex magic rituals to take your power from you and pretend to be your friend and to rob you of your soul, of your feminine energy, to become you. They don't like you. They don't want you. They want to be with you. There's some bisexual men and gay men that are laid with a woman, a biological woman, just to steal the energy and the essence off of her and the root of her pussy and her soul mind through her booty hole and her pussy hole, and then give it to her man. These men, I'm talking about pretty men, will braid their hair and sew in hair down to their ass and get some cosmetic surgery on their face and body, or take a little bit of hormone to grow some titties and smooth their skin out and get electrolysis, and then talk to you to match and mimic you. Laugh and talk with you and sip tea with you at high noon and go to Buckhead and goddamn it, Sandy Springs and Marietta and Cali and Hollywood and Rodeo and inside the industry laying with your man because the nigga want to have a threesome with them pretty nigga that look like a bitch halfway, but really still got his dick in his masculine ways. So they can feel the power and thrust and be a goddamn blue face, goddamn Cardi Tatiana breakdown. Breakdown the Tatiana all in the nigga ass. Big old niggas walking around with you and you, that's your baby daddy and that's your husband. While he big and strong and got bass in his voice, he have to catch it because sometimes that little bitch come out that little side of his mouth that come out the side, goddamn it, well, you can hear that bitch in him. But then he get with a female looking pretty man that just talks soft to get along and get jobs and shit in entertainment, and you think he's so harmless and nice. I just love him. I like him do my hair and my nails and my feet. He don't fucking like you. Sometimes a few of them might like you. I'm not saying all transgenders are not like that. I'm not saying all gay boys are like that. But inside they bitch, they want what the fuck you want, bitch. They want to be a natural bitch like you, Aretha Franklin. You made me feel like a natural woman. And they aim with your nigga. While they laughing and talking, but you filling you out, getting your essence, becoming you, mirroring your dumb ass. Late at night, your nigga tell me I'm gonna go out and get some formula, some Similac for the baby and some serum stuff. He